Colleagues, friends, brothers and sisters, welcome to Event City here in Manchester to launch the Labour Party General Election 2017 campaign. What a wonderful city! What a wonderful people! And I've got to say, I'm terribly excited about the general election. I'm terribly excited about the policies which Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party are rolling out in 2017. You know, I'm so proud and so privileged. I was a coal miner in the coal mines of the North East. What a fantastic job it was. Great solidarity, great camaraderie, friendship. And I'm really privileged to be joint national campaigns coordinator with my good friend Andrew Gwynne. And I'm also very proud to be part of Jeremy Corbyn's shadow cabinet. These colleagues are the future of a very bright new dawn with the Labour Party. Listen, this election on 8th of June is extremely critical, colleagues. It isn't complex. It isn't in any way rocket science. But it's about serving the many and not the few, as you see on some of the boards. It's about justice. It's about equality and fairness across our communities. This election is about transforming our society, making people's lives better in this country. Colleagues, we cannot simply continue down the well-trade Tory path where a few at the very top take the spoils and the rest of the country struggles to carve out their way in the world. It's got to change. An election is about the future of the many and not the few. Building a more equal society, a fairer society, a better society for all. And you know, I'm ashamed at times to see how this country has fallen into the state it actually is. We're the 6th richest economy in the world. I want no lectures of anybody telling us we haven't got the finances to look after those at the bottom. I want anybody kidding me about the wealth of this nation. In the last 12 months, the top 1,000 richest people in this country increased their wealth by £83 billion, whilst 1 million plus people use food banks simply to exist. No lectures on the wealth of this nation. We've seen the National Health Service brought to its knees, with staff undervalued, with the children left in corridors, or indeed using chairs for beds. We've all seen that horrendous photograph in the Daily Mirror, where we had this little baby in a critical condition in hospital, lying on 2 patio chairs pushed together. Colleagues, it's got to change. We've seen the schools. We've seen our schools under attack, with the least well-off seeing the biggest cuts, and the Prime Minister pursuing a wasteful and divisive academy and grammar school programme. And we will not stand by and allow this to happen. We've seen the world of work change beyond recognition, with a secure job now the stuff of dreams for many people, with 1 million people on 0-hour contracts. Colleagues, we will ban 0-hour contracts. We're seeing a rise in poverty across the board, with child poverty, with pensioner poverty, with fuel poverty, all soaring. We hear harrowing stories about children, kids, babies at school, putting their arms up and asking to go to the toilet, and then visiting the cloakroom to get the sandwiches out somebody else's packed lunch. We hear the harrowing stories of kids, our future, raiding the refrigerators in the schools instead of being fed properly like this party promises. This cannot be allowed to continue. It's 2017, and the Labour Party will stand up for it no more, colleagues. It doesn't have to be this way. Politics is about choices. And this election offers our party a golden opportunity. It offers a chance to offer the British people a programme that will improve their lives and make our country a better place to live. The manifesto is bold, it's imaginative, and it's distinct. It's a great Labour Party manifesto. It seeks to excite the young people. It seeks to protect Sure Start and sharing school funding is maintained, giving everybody a hot, nutritious meal at school, restoring the education maintenance allowance and university bursaries. For the older people, we're ensuring that the pensions triple lock will be maintained. Free bus passes and winter fuel allowance will be maintained. Properly funding of the NHS and social care. And what's really important for the old people is tackling the epidemic of loneliness. These are guarantees from Jeremy Corbyn's Labour Party. You know, we can do better for people in work as well. Giving our workforce a rise in the living wage to its real level. I've mentioned banning zero-hour contracts and ensuring workers have a voice in the workplace. We can do better for our public services, and we ensure that the staff who are currently undervalued, overstretched, not only get a pay rise, but the resources to do their jobs properly. Who saw Theresa May on the BBC only last week? I was amazed. She was asked, is it fair that nurses have had a 14% pay cut since 2010 and are having to use food banks? And she responded by saying the reason why nurses are using food banks is extremely complex. It's not complex. It's because they haven't got enough money to feed themselves and feed their families. And that must end, comrades. You know, when you want to change, when we want to change the political landscape for good, when we're looking to change politics in the best interests of everyone, when we're up against the might of the establishment, they'll do whatever it takes to cling on to their unchecked powers. And we'll all experience setbacks as individuals and as a party. But we'll get knocked down, but we've got to get back up again, dust ourselves down and get back into this fight for government. We might be down at times, as I say, dust yourselves down. There's a fight to be had. You know, we've got a great political movement. In this movement, the Labour and the trade union movement was born in struggle. They don't call it the struggle for nothing. And we understand the challenges ahead. Never forget the sacrifices that our predecessors made to deliver the institutions and freedoms we now enjoy. And remember, things can be different. It doesn't have to be this way. No one should be held back. And we leave no one behind. Colleagues, we have a duty. We have a moral duty. We have a political obligation to communicate and articulate our messages, our policies in every town, every city, every village here in the UK. We must speak to people door to door in whatever capacity we can. Anybody who wants to help can text the number on the screen. Supposed to be behind me now, you see. Colleagues, I'm concluding quite simply by saying, let's mobilise and win a future for all. Let's organise. Let's win the hearts and the minds of our people and deliver a fairer, equal society for the many and not the few. Onwards and upwards. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Colleagues, thank you. Colleagues, thank you so much.